If your team can't find a file within seconds, then your Google Drive is actually costing you hours. Think about that. Hours wasted on searching, renaming, sending links, and even asking everybody who has the latest version. Well, multiply that across the team, and you will understand why file chaos actually kills productivity. Hi, I'm Kayla, and I am a virtual assistant and a content writer here at Wellware. I usually spend my days turning digital chaos into systems that actually work. While I do handle most of the content and copywriting, I also specialize in Google Drive organization. And here's the thing. One of the most overlooked and yet highest ROI services that Wellware has to offer is, you guessed it, Google Drive organization. Well, this is where I actually see most of the clients have their biggest aha moments. And in a few seconds, I will explain why. And that is because today I am going to walk you through what we do when we actually organize a Google Drive and why it is very different from general admin work and how these behind the scenes actually transform and ripples throughout the entire business. Well, here is the reality. Most drives actually look like the wild, wild west. Duplicate folders, cryptic file names, endless versions like final V2 copy, constant access requests, and even finding sensitive files on folders wherein there shouldn't be. And you know what the worst part is? Most of the business owners are actually telling us that they have become the file finder, even if they should have been focusing on growing their business. So here's what happens when you bring in a Google Organizer VA into your business. First up is clear and scalable folder structure. Instead of just getting generic folders, what we do is we create systems that actually match your workflow. So it could look like some changes within your client projects, or maybe more of a department specific hub like sales funnels, client onboarding, or even monthly reports. So the structure actually has to match your brain and not just some random template. So the second one is standardizing naming conventions. So every file gets a consistent format. It is usually date-based and goes off with from year, followed by month, and then followed by the day. So it could also look like some project prefixes. And this way, there will be no more guessing which final is actually final. Now, next up is shortcut for active works. Now, this is huge. Instead of just breaking existing links, what we do is we use this Google Drive shortcut feature to create a project hub. So you can think of it as if it's like a working project without moving things around. So we do this so that your active projects will not go and disrupt your current archive system. Okay, so the fourth one is folder readmes. Think of it as a mini instruction manual. So when a new team member comes in and then open one of the folders, they would immediately understand what belongs there and they would know how to name new files. Now, last but not the least is permission systems. Sensitive and confidential documents within the HR and the finance department actually does live in a different and separate Google admin. Now, this way we could schedule constant reviews and it has the least privileged access to everybody on the team. And the result, after applying all of this, files actually appear exactly where you expect them to be, access that works, and a team that does not have to think twice when hitting the search button. So here's the takeaway. An organized Google Drive isn't just a luxury, it's infrastructure. It saves hours, protects sensitive data, and keeps your team moving at speed. Here at WellAware, we will pair you with a Google Drive administrator who will create and install a system, maintain it monthly, so order actually sticks. Now, if you are ready to stop searching and start working, you can always download our free Google Drive audit checklist at our website, wellaware.com, and take a step forward into a drive that your team will actually trust. Again, this is Kayla. Don't forget to be intentional, be efficient, be well aware.